guys, Nay here, back again for another trying to conceive, fertility, exercise, weight loss, everything in between vlog. So today I wanted to talk about the new natural medicine, holistic, acupuncture, Chinese therapy direction that we have taken. It was not something that we thought of lightly, and we didn't go to just anyone. We did look into our options, and in the end it actually turned out quite coincidental that one of the best Chinese herbalist slash acupuncturists on the coast or Brisbane was someone who had worked with my brother-in-law. Yeah, we had connections that way, which was really, really lucky. Decided to go with Shen Therapies, which is a clinic up in Brisbane, and the main doctor there is Dr. Andrew Orr, and I really, really like him. I really, really like him, and this whole video is going to be a very genuine, very my thoughts on the whole concept. When I was researching and trying to find holistic options for us, there wasn't a lot of information, a lot of reviews out there on this company, and it's very interesting because Shen Therapies is actually one of the leading Chinese herbalist acupuncturists for fertility Australia-wide, internationally as well. He has people coming over from overseas, he has people coming up from Melbourne. It is amazing the exposure that he has, but there is so little in the form of reviews. Like, he's very well known, but there's not a lot of reviews out there, and I think that has a lot to do with the kind of business he is in. He's not in it to make the money. He's not in it to get you pregnant to make the money. He's in there to make you a better person and to give you that child, to help you work towards it. And I think that's where the recognition kind of gets lost a little bit. A lot of these fertility clinics, fertility centers, fertility specialists all get paid premium dollars, and so they can afford the advertising and all of that. But these guys here are just doing their job, and they want the best for you. I haven't seen much on YouTube about Shen Therapies except for a few current affair videos and whatnot, that he actually was on a current affair a while back, a couple of times actually. And so I just wanted to give my honest opinion and talk about the whole process. Altogether, there is a lot to talk about. There's going to be another video about all the herbs and the vitamins and the daily process of what I go through. This is just an overview of the program, where it starts, how it starts, because I'm going to be honest and upfront here, it is not cheap. Like any fertility program, it is not cheap. It cost us about $1,900 to get started, 1,900 Australian dollars. But when you think about it, it's the next step up from where we were seeing a fertility specialist and going on Clomid. This was the next step in terms of pricing. The next step after this is obviously IVF. There is going to be another video about that coming up very shortly. But this was the middle park, and it was the place where I was most happy to be. Not financially, I was happy to, the money's not really an option for me. I really want kids. As far as the medical side of things and the natural side of things, this was where I was happy to be right now. When we signed up for this, I should say, that's the one thing about this place, both male and female to be as involved as possible. Whereas when you go to a fertility clinic, fertility specialist, it's really focused on just the female. Shen Therapies really covers both male and female health, wellness. But when I was signing, I was like, gosh, $1,900, that is a lot of money. I don't know what I'm getting for my money. Even when they gave me an itemized list of what I got for my $1,900, I was not 100% happy that it was worth it. Now, on the other side of that, I feel it was 100% completely worth it. The way it has transformed my life, I think, is amazing, and I think it was worth every single dollar. I think it was just so good, so amazing. But what I'm going to do is go into it and show you what you get for your $1,900. You first start off with setting an appointment to see Andrew one-on-one, or two-on-one, I should say, with your partner. He just assesses your situation and sees, it's a bit of an introduction, get to know you. That is a separate charge. Then you book in for the actual seminar, which is a 3-hour seminar up in Brisbane at Life Fertility Clinic. Yes, it is at the fertility clinic, but it is not, he's not working for them. He's just using their waiting room area, which is really nice, mind you. Yeah, so he uses their waiting room as his seminar room. We went to this seminar. Usually there's about 10 couples that go. I've heard this time it was only us and another couple from Melbourne. And basically it's a 3-hour seminar going through the ins and outs of your body, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable. I will do some information on that in another video, but I just want to sort of gloss over everything now and sort of give you a look into what the whole procedure is. So you go to the seminar for 3 hours, you sit down, you discuss, you go through a slideshow of information topics, you watch a few videos, and the one thing I liked about this seminar was that there was always a sense of no stupid questions. Ask anything you want. Make sure you ask every single thing that is going through your head, and we openly discussed it. For fertility, infertility, all of that kind of thing, it is huge to be able to sit down with a group of people and discuss your feelings, discuss what's normal, discuss what's not, and not feel judged by it. It really was a beneficial seminar. So if you are signing up for Shen Therapies, you have to go to this seminar. Take as much out of it as you can, because it is really amazing and it has really changed my life and how I monitor my cycles and how I prepare myself each and every month. It is just unreal. When you get there, basically there is some snacks. They have a snack in the middle of the seminar, but you're also given this folder full of goodies. It is a really informative folder. You want this. Inside this folder is a whole heap of goodness. There are some generic bits and pieces, some generic booklets that come in it. Like you have a acupuncture guide, a fertility program. You have the preconception and fertility care booklet, which is done by Shen Therapies. And then you also have the Shen Therapies wellness and recipe booklet, which is really good. For the nutrition side of things, it gives you some awesome recipes. It also gives you meal plans. It also discusses things like protein and how much protein is in certain meats and nuts and all of that kind of thing, and how much you should be eating a day. As I was going through this, I have marked out and highlighted important elements in here, and it goes through, getting started, the types of fruits you are allowed to eat, the types of vegetables you should eat, the grains and carbohydrates that are acceptable, not many, the vegetables, the protein, all of that is in this amazing booklet. I really do swear by that booklet. Other things that come in here are your multivitamin prescription guide. You get a diet plan sheet. We don't really use that. I've never been one for really diet planning my meals, meal planning, that kind of thing. I am very picky, very fussy, and so I sort of tend to stick to the same foods all the time. So it's not a big deal to plan. I know what I'm eating, when I'm eating, how I'm eating. There's a sample one if you want to not do all the hard work, and it's got everything in there. Choosing the right foods. It's also a list in there of the different carbohydrates, the different proteins, and the different fats that are healthy and good for you. And then there's a whole heap of information booklets in here. General wellness, mental, everything, emotional support, all of that in there as well. There is also a how-to guide for if you're doing IVF, fresh versus frozen cycle, the statistics, and all of them. And then there's just heaps of information. Metabolic syndrome, low-carb diets, booklet here on the different types of multivitamins, prenatal vitamins. Then there's information on maintaining a healthy diet, the blood screening. I might do a video on this as well, because I'm going to have my blood screening this week, and I am a little bit excited to see what the results are. So when I get the results back, I might do a video about these. Because when I watch a lot of videos, people are saying that they're going and doing a full blood screening, but what does that actually entail? So I'm going to go through that and let you know. The second last thing is you get a list of all of the herbs and the supplements and how to take them and when to take them and all of that goodness for males and females. So it's good. My husband is finally taking some vitamins. The last very important thing is this huge, it's thick. booklet. Now this booklet was specifically written with us in mind. It took into account surveys and everything we did. So before you even go to the seminar, you do about 6 surveys each. Now you might think this is a little bit involved, but it involves everything from health, nutrition, emotional state, physical living, like what we do on a day-to-day basis, very in-depth stuff that helps them monitor and create a program that is right for you. And that is what this report is written off. This is a full report written especially for Josh and I in mind. It goes through everything from your period to dietary information, to meals and portion sizes, alcohol consumption, which we don't do anyway, digestion, emotional health, supplements, and then it goes more into like conditions and my laparoscopy and hysteroscopy and improving sperm and Josh's motility expectations and acupuncture and all of that. There's just so much. I could keep going on for ages. This book was amazing. That was worth the money right there in that little bit. So that is the booklet and all the goodies that you get at the beginning of the seminar. You go through a few bits and pieces as well during the slideshow, but that is the whole booklet. You also get this huge, no joke, huge. It doesn't contain alcohol, guys. Don't get excited. That is basically $1,900 worth of vitamins, minerals, Chinese herbs, and the like. There are a lot of Chinese medicines and herbs that we take, and also I had to boil down actual herbs, roots, berries, all of that for 10 days and drink the broth that came from it, which was a nightmare. But it was a huge bag and it was ginormous and it was like Christmas. It was amazing. It felt so good. So you go home, you start all of your vitamins and minerals and all of that good stuff, and then you make your appointment to go and have your first round of acupuncture, which was quite an experience, but I now love it. It's also not required, but suggested that you go and see the fertility specialist at the Life Fertility Clinic that Andrew works with very closely, Dr. Glenn Sterling. We had our appointment last week and it didn't go to plan, but more about that later. Also, the $1,900 covers 2 Skype call counseling sessions with an actual psychiatrist. She is amazing and lovely, and no, we have not taken up the psychiatry sessions. I did want to do it when I was still on the Clomid, feeling very depressed and down and anxious and all of that. But now, after being healthy and all of that, I feel very different and very much myself, and I really didn't feel comfortable talking about my feelings now. It's strange, but I sort of backed out on that idea. But the option is there for you. You can have 2 sessions, 2 free sessions included in that price, which is amazing. It's very worthwhile for anyone who's been trying to conceive for a long time to sort of talk to her and get everything off their chest and all of that. And maybe we should have done it. I'm making up excuses now. But anyway, that's it, guys. That's going to be the end of today's video. If you have had success with Shen Therapies or any other Chinese herbalist, acupuncturist, or the like, any natural therapies, any holistic therapies, anything like that, leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. It would be great to hear your stories and to know that I'm on the right path. I feel like I'm on the right path. You know, it's nice to hear those stories. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Keep up to date with my fertility vlogs, and I will see you all very shortly with another video. Love you guys. Bye bye.